How many restaurants? Any guesses? How many restaurants in the United States? I asked that one time to an audience, and someone in the front went, like 1 million? And the funny thing is, the answer, as of the beginning of this year, there's over 1 million restaurants open and operating in the United States. How many people are even in the United States? 381 million people in the United States. That means there's one restaurant for every 380 people in our country. Is that too many restaurants? Yes, it is. That's why it seems like it's so hard to get customers to walk in your door, because there's too much competition out there. Now, that isn't to say that, let's see if my clicker works. Uh-oh, we've got technical difficulties. I'm not going to be able to show you the slides because this needs to be plugged in. Hello, there. So there's a lot of competition out there for restaurants. Now, how many restaurants fail? How many restaurants fail? 25% of restaurants fail in the first year. 50% of restaurants fail in the first 3 years. And it's because there's too darn many restaurants competing for too few customers. Now, at the same time, what you know is that there are restaurants out there that are wildly successful. There are lines out the door. People rave about them. They can't keep up. They're trying to work on operations to fill more seats. And what they're doing isn't a secret, and it's not luck. It's a formula. And what I've done over the last many years is tried to diagnose what makes the most successful restaurant successful. What makes them stand out from all the other ones, and how do we create the formula so anybody can do it? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So every day in our country at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, people say, hey, let's go get some food. And when they say, let's go get some food, what do they say next? Yeah, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? And if you're not their number one choice, how many dollars do you get? Bam, none. Right? None. You need to be the number one choice for that meal occasion. So how do we have you stand out in the pack of the million restaurants that are out there? When they're making that decision, there's not just one restaurant or a few. There's a lot of restaurants. These are a bunch of just chain restaurants. This isn't even counting a bunch of independent. Hey, let's go get some food. Let's go get some, where do you want to, how are we doing on there? Hello? where do you want to go? Oh, let's buy the mall. Let's go here. Let's go. How do we make you be the number one choice? All day long in everything that we do, including where do we eat, we choose between options. This option versus that option. When I was the VP of marketing, I think we're cutting out over and over again. When I was the VP of marketing at Quiznos, our biggest competition for sandwiches was what? Subway. What was even bigger competition than the brown bag lunch? The brown bag lunch. I'm going to make my sandwich myself because I can go get the meat, I can go get the cheese, I can get the bread for like $1. And so we're at Quiznos, and we got a $10 steak sub. The economy did this in 2009, and Subway came out with a $5 footlong. And I can get a brown bag lunch for $2. That's the competition, right? So we choose between options. There's one thing that you have to do in your restaurant. Every business has to do this. Every restaurant has to do this. If you do this, you have the opportunity to succeed, and if you don't, you will eventually fail. You need to find a way to be different from competition in a way that your customers value. We all know you got to stand out. You got to stand out in a way that they vote for you with their dollars. They walk in and they give the dollars to you. So how do we do that? A lot of restaurant owners come to me and they say, Gerry, I've got an idea for a restaurant. I say, why do you want to open a restaurant? I say, well, I got my mom's pizza sauce recipe. I got my grandma's, whatever. I love this. So I'm going to open a restaurant. But they don't know about the restaurant business. A lot of restaurant owners start with two things. Number one, type of restaurant they want. It's going to be a sit-down restaurant. It's going to be a fast casual restaurant. It's going to be fast food. It's going to be what type of service are you going to have? And then they add something else. They add a category. It's going to be fast casual, and it's going to be Mexican. Who's that sound like? Fast casual Mexican. Who's that? Chipotle, right? It's going to be sit-down pizza. It's going to be fast casual pizza. You got two things. You got a type and you got a category. If you have nothing but a type and a category, it's going to be a walk-up deli. You have a commodity. You are the same as everybody else. And so many restaurant owners have a this, and that's all they have, and now you got a million competitors. Why am I going to walk in your door? So the restaurant formula was created after I worked literally with thousands of managers, frontline workers, franchisors, franchisees, restaurant executives, turnaround specialists, trying to figure out what is it that makes people walk in the door, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go, there's two parts to it, the concept, and we all know you got to have a great restaurant concept. Everyone talks about that. What's the concept? What's the concept? We're going to talk about the 4 elements that make a great restaurant concept. If you have a great restaurant concept and you execute it horribly, will you fail? Yep, probably. If you have a horrible concept and you execute it well, will you fail? Who knows? There's 2 parts. Critical success factors of execution. So we're going to talk about 2 things. Your concept, why would I come in your doors? And number 2, your success factors of execution. All right, everybody in the back, I have 4 chairs that I'm going to auction off right now. Get out your money. Now, we can actually put these chairs in the back if you guys want to. Whoever wants a chair, come to the stage and grab a chair. We got 1. Who else wants a chair? Are we recording on this? Hello. I'm going to put this over by you. Who else wants a chair? Come on, grab some chairs for these guys. Let's have everybody sit down who can sit down. And if you guys want to do the story circle in the front, I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine. Thank you, sir. All right. So that's what we're going to cover today. All right. So number 1, concept. Let's talk about how to build a great restaurant concept. I talked to a couple of people here in the beginning. They say we're about to open a restaurant or we're planning to open a restaurant. Perfect timing to figure out how to build a great concept. Even if you already have an existing restaurant, it's a multi-generational restaurant, you can always hone and build your concept. There are 4 questions that I want you to answer in order to build a great restaurant concept. We're going to go through them one by one. Question number 1, who are your customers? Who are your target customers? We talk about that. Who do you want to go after? I want you to picture. Picture in your mind for me. I want you to picture a restaurant that's perfect for bikers. All right? I want you to picture the environment. I want you to picture the location, the menu, the uniforms, the service, the music, what does the building look like? What does the parking lot look like? What do the walls look like? The pricing. Now, how many of you are picturing like Harley Davidson bikers? All right? Now, how many of you are picturing cyclists? Now, it's important to know which, right? Because you'd be picturing 2 different kinds of restaurant. Now, picture a restaurant that's perfect for foodies. Now, picture one that's perfect for football fans, crazy raving football fans. Now picture one that's perfect for moms with little kids. Now, did you picture the same restaurant every single time? No way. Yet when I talk to restaurant owners, I say, who's your ideal customer? They like anybody who's hungry and has money, right? And we wonder why our restaurants aren't full. Now, I speak to a lot of restaurant owners who serve small towns. They say, I've got to serve multiple different customer types. I gotcha. I come from a small town. I live in a small town. You can serve multiple different customer types. The trick is you have to make each of those customers feel like your restaurant is perfect for them. What are you doing for them on your menu, on your service, and on your environment, and on your specials and your promotions, on what you're going to do on Wednesday night? Is it going to be different than what you do on Sunday night? How are you going to make each of those customer types feel special? So let's do this. So question 1, who are you serving? You got to know who you're serving. Question number 2 is, what are they looking for? What insights do you have? I don't care if my town is a lot of farmers, there's a lot of retirees, there's a lot of moms with kids. I don't care who they are. Do you have the mindset? Do you know the insights about them? So we're going to do an exercise. We got a whole room full of restaurant owners, right? Do you suppose if we put our collective brains together, by the way, this is an interactive presentation, so you're about to participate. And it's loud in here, so you got to kind of yell. Yelling is fine. Do you suppose if we put all of our collective brains together to build the most amazing restaurant concept ever with everyone's knowledge and experience in here, that we could build an amazing restaurant concept? I bet we could. So let's try to do it. Let's see how we do. We're going to build the perfect restaurants for moms with little kids or dads, any little kids. Let's go with moms because we can all. Here's what I want to do. I want you to tell me insights that you know about moms with little kids. What do we know about moms with little kids? What their life is like, what they want more of, what they want less of, what's going on in their day and their life. Tell me about moms. What's going on with moms?
Busy.
They're busy. They are chaotic and busy. What else do we know about moms? They're stressed out. They're stressed out. There's a lot going on. What else do we know about moms? They're germ freaks. They want things to be clean for their kids and for themselves, right? Because their kids are germ factories, right? What else do we know about moms with little kids? They want a break. If someone could just give me a break, what would that be worth? What else do we know about moms with little kids? What's that? They like wine. She's getting to the restaurant part already. They like wine or cocktails at noon, right? What else do we know about moms with little kids? They're saving for college, so they care about money and value. What else?
They want staff that cares about the kids.
They want staff that cares about the kids. Okay, now pretend you're a mom with little kids, Doug, and you've got 5 kids. So Doug, okay, we'll call him Cindy, is rolling up in what is mom driving? So she's driving a Suburban, right? And she's got, let's say mom's got 5 kids in the Suburban. She rolls up to the restaurant. There's a host or hostess in the front host stand, and mom rolls in with 5 kids in tow. Give me the face of the host. And show me the face of the server who's about to get that table. No, do not send that, right? Now, what does that make mom, how does that make mom feel? Do I want to go to that restaurant where I'm going to go? Now, okay, so that's an insight, right? So we know that we can do something. What else do we know about moms with little kids? They've got a lot of things, stuff. They've got all sorts of things they're carrying. That's a good one. You know, no one's ever said that before. I do this all the time. No one's ever said that before. And by the way, anyone can steal this concept when we're done with it. You can just take it. It's yours. What else do we know about moms with little kids? That moms want their kids to eat healthy. Well, kids want that too, right? No. Mom wants to feed them healthy food, and the kids want to eat like junky food, right? So good, insight for menu development, right? What else do we know about moms? Anything else? They're worried about safety. Yeah, have you guys ever been to McDonald's and they've got those things with the balls? I don't know if that's safe or not, but how do they clean those things? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. What did you have? Oh, moms want the kids to be entertained because moms want a break, right? They're stressed out. Okay, so we've got all these insights about moms with little kids. Now, let's build the perfect restaurant based on all of our insights. They're busy, they're stressed out, they like wine, they want their kids to eat nutritious food, they're clean freaks, they've got a lot of things, there's a lot of chaos in their life, they're pulling in and they don't want to feel like, they want to feel like you're welcoming them. So tell me what we're going to do from a menu, from a build out, from a service, from a driveway, parking lot, I don't care. Tell me what we're going to build for moms with little kids. Give me some ideas about our restaurant concept. Who's got them? What are we going to do? Tell me about the menu. What are we putting on the menu? We're putting mac and cheese, but tell me more about this mac and cheese. Remember, our insight was, what do we want? Kids want junky, mom wants healthy. So we're going to take mac and cheese and we're going to make it in a brand new, different way. It's going to taste delicious and bad for you, but it's actually going to be good for you somehow. Who knows how we're going to do that? We're going to hire a chef for that. I don't know how to do chef stuff. All right, what else do we know? What else are we going to do in our restaurant? Who else got a restaurant idea? You guys are, by the way, the creation of this stuff is one of the things that differentiates really successful restaurants. What are we going to do with moms with little kids? We know stairs. Yeah, so we can haul the stuff around. Mom can bring her wagon in if she wants to, or her strollers and all that. Okay, what else are we going to do in our restaurant? Give me some more restaurant ideas. Oh, we're going to have a separate dining area for families. What if we have a whole separate area for the kids and we staff the area so mom can have her wine and then, hey kids, go in there. Lock the door, yeah. What else are we going to do? What else? Give me.
Playground.
We're going to have some games, that kind of thing. We're going to have a playground, a safe. Remember, we're going to have a safe playground. What else? Okay, McDonald's has already done that, but wait a minute. This is interesting. We're going to have some innovative food for mom that mom's going to like, and we're going to have unique, nutritious foods for the kids, but maybe there will be a mom translation menu, right? The kids' menu says, ooh, junky, delicious food, and mom's menu say, hey, actually, we snuck beans, ground up beans in the mac and cheese, but your kids will never know, right? That'd be funny. That's a good idea. What else are we going to do? Yeah. Yeah, what's that? Babysitter. What is Oh, babysitter service. Yeah, that's interesting, right? We're going to have like a director of entertainment in this safe kids area that we're going to do. All right, what else? What else are we going to do for moms?
Family bathrooms.
We're going to have family bathrooms. Good. Okay. Now, mom's going to pull up. Now, does mom always want to eat at the restaurant? No. Sometimes she wants to eat at home, but she doesn't want to cook, and she doesn't want to clean, but she still wants to be the hero. Mom wants to provide this amazing dinner. So mom's going to pull up in her minivan, and we're going to want mom to have takeout. So mom's driving a minivan. Where does mom put the food in the minivan? On the seat. And so what are we going to package our to-go food in? One of those like flimsy plastic bags, and she's going to put it on the seat, and it's going to fall all over. Give me a solution for how we're going to have mom take a to-go order. It's going to be a seat wedge. Good, seat wedge. What else? Give me another idea. What are we going to do for our to-go orders? What are we going to do for our to-go orders? Curbside. Why are we doing curbside? Yeah, mom's busy, mom's crazy, mom's driving in a minivan, she's got 5 kids, she doesn't want to get out of the car. You're going to have curbside service, and you're going to roll out with the seat wedge. Or what if we roll out, well, because we got to mom's got to be the hero. When the food gets home, it's got to be like she cooked it, it's going to be hot. So what can we do to keep our food hot? Yeah, we're going to put it in one of those like bags from like the pizza place, right? But we're going to design it so it sits on the seat of a car, right? But that sounds really expensive. That sounds really expensive. So what are we going to have mom do with that package? Who said bring it back? Bring it back. I want to go in business with you. So why are we going to have mom bring it back? That sounds like a painful thing. So she can come back and buy it again. So we're going to have curbside service. It's going to be on an app. We're going to give her a thing that's returnable because it's eco-friendly, and it's going to keep her food hot. Mom's going to be a hero. She's going to come back on Wednesday, and today's Tuesday. Like, can you give me that thing again that made me look like a hero that I didn't have to clean up or cook? And it was curbside service, and I texted you. I said, I'm on the way, and you walked out, and you shoved it in my car, and I got 5 kids, and I rolled home. And I'm going to have Playland, and I'm going to have the entertainment with an entertainment director, and I'm going to have a menu. Now, if we created such a restaurant, and we could in this room come up with 50 more ideas if we spent time working on it, would moms with little kids come into this restaurant? Absolutely. Would dads with little... Now, if moms with little kids and dads with little kids come into this restaurant, who would they tell? Other moms and dads with little kids, because they're like, they get me. When we walk in with 5 kids in tow, what does that host or hostess do in our restaurant? Woo! We love kids. Oh my goodness. Mr. or Mrs. Director of Entertainment, there's more kids here. We love you. And it will go viral. We won't have a Facebook or a social media problem. We won't have an advertising problem or a marketing problem, because our ideal customers, they would know that we know them. Insights about your customers, I don't care if they're farmers or doctors or moms, insights about what they want and who they are is what powers your restaurant. Question number 3, here is where you go from being a commodity to being a restaurant concept that attracts people day in and day out. Now, you don't know me very well yet, but you know what I do, so I need some investors. I'm going to pick 3 people, and you get to invest in a restaurant with me, and I'm going to show you the restaurant. So who wants in? Who wants in? Don't cover up your name tag. Robert wants in. Robert wants in. Who else wants in? What's your name? Sedgel. Robert wants in. We got space for one more. Robert and Sedgel. Going quick. And Alfonso. So Robert and Sedgel and Alfonso are in. Okay. Now, normally, before you invest in a restaurant, you're going to want to ask a few questions, Alfonso. But it's fine. Trust me. Your money is safe with me. No problem. you might want to ask a few more questions, like what kind of restaurant are we going to open, Gerry? What kind of, Alfonso jumped right in. He's like, I'm in, dude. Okay, so here's what we're going to open a cupcake shop. Robert's like, are you in? Me? Yeah, no, you can't get out. Oh, you can't get out? Don't try. Sajal, you're in, you can't get out. Too late, I already got your money. So we're opening a cupcake shop. You might want to ask some other questions too, like where, Gerry? Where are we going to open the cupcake shop, right? Alfonso, don't worry about it. We're opening the cupcake shop in Manhattan. Well, and it happens to be like in lower Manhattan, the really expensive part of Manhattan. Real estate, it's the most expensive restaurant real estate in all of Manhattan. Don't worry about a thing. That's why I took so much of your money, because that's why we needed Sajal on board. We needed extra money. So, okay, and you might want to ask, when, Gerry? When are we going to open this restaurant? We are going to open this restaurant, and Robert, it's fine. Don't worry about a thing. He shouldn't have uncovered his name tag. We're going to open in the beginning of 2008, before everything does this. So we're going to sign a lease in the most expensive neighborhood in Manhattan in the beginning of 2008 to open a cupcake shop. How are we doing so far? Anyone else want in? No, well, now you might want to ask one other question too. Gerry, how much competition is there? How much competition is there for cupcake shops in Manhattan? I'm going to show you a map of Manhattan, and the red dots are the other cupcake shops. It's fine. Don't worry about a thing. It's fine. We're opening up at Jay, by the way. Jay is our cupcake shop right there. It's actually called Sweet Revenge, Jay. It's a real story. My friend Marlo Scott opened this up in the beginning of 2008 at Jay, but I haven't given you all the information yet, okay? There's something else you need to know about our cupcake shop. We are not a normal cupcake shop. We are a cupcake, wine, and beer bar, and we don't serve normal cupcakes. We serve savory cupcakes, Thai chili cupcakes, Indian curry cupcakes, paired with wine and beer. Now how are we doing? Now we got people doing this, even with bad timing, even with an expensive piece of real estate, even with a lot of competition. We're doing something different in a way that customers will vote for us with their dollars. Remember that? We're going to do something different. Now here's what happened to Marlo's Cupcake Shop. At first, she got some attention from the Martha Stewart show. They brought her on the show because they said, we've never seen a cupcake shop quite like this. Then she, no joke, was brought onto the Today Show. How did she get on the Today Show? She kept delivering these unique, like nobody had ever seen them before, cupcakes to the back door of the Today Show, until somebody finally said, these are like nothing we've ever seen. We should get this woman on the show. Now, she happens to be in Manhattan. That's where the Today Show is. You don't need exposure on the Today Show. It doesn't actually help you because it's not your local market. You need exposure where you live. The question is, are you doing anything that's so unique that people will want to talk about it and share it with others? Then, no joke, she actually got her own Chase Inc. business magazine and television commercial, and then she ended up on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine. Folks, it is a cupcake shop. It was different enough in a way that Entrepreneur magazine said, this is so unique, we should feature you. You don't need to be an Entrepreneur magazine, but you do need to be paid attention to by people in your market by doing something that is chat-worthy and unique. Question number 4, this may be the most important thing you'll learn today. It's called, what's your because? In the early 1980s, there's a woman named Ellen Langer. Ellen was the first ever female tenured professor at Harvard. She's a sociologist, and she studied what makes people say yes. What makes people say yes, what influences people to yes. Here's how she did her study. Check this out. She would have a student walk up. Now, back in the day at the universities, there would be like Xerox machines in the libraries, and people would have to wait in line to use the Xerox machines. And for the millennials in the room, those make photocopies. Sajal's like, what? What's a Xerox? I don't know what that is. No, so they would have to wait in line, and she would have a student try to cut in front of the line to see how often they could get the person to say, yes, you can cut in front of me, by saying different things. She said, walk up and say this, excuse me, I have 5 pages, may I use the Xerox machine? 60% of the time, they let the student cut in front of the line. That's our benchmark. She said, okay, we're trying to be more influential than that, get more people to yes. Walk up and say this, and insert the word because. May I use the Xerox machine because I'm in a rush? 93% of the people let him cut in line. Now, if you're paying attention, you're like, yeah. They gave him a really good reason, because I'm in a rush. She said, okay, go up and say something nonsensical and see what happens. May I use the Xerox machine because I need to make copies? 92% of the time they let, now why does that happen? 92% of the time, our brains are bombarded with between 500 and 3,000 advertising messages a day. People trying to influence us to do a million things, much less eat at a certain restaurant. We can't process all that information. So our brains are looking for a real reason, a hook. And when we say things that sound the same as everyone else, our brains don't hear it. Our brains don't hear the sea of sameness. They hear something that sounds unique and different. Let me show you how this works. Papa John's Pizza, what's their slogan? Papa John's Pizza, what are they known for? Better ingredients, better pizza. Nice work. Now, the big idea, remember question number 3 is the big idea. Their big idea is better pizza. Now, I'm Gerry. Let's say I open Gerry's Pizza Place with Robert? With Robert's money. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. So we open up Gerry's Pizza Place, and I say, come on in to Gerry's Pizza Place. Our pizza's better. Does that sound compelling, or does it sound like marketing fluff? It sounds like marketing fluff. Yet we say that. I talk to people, owner, oh, what kind of restaurant? Oh, I own a bar and grill. Well, why would I come to your bar and grill? Oh, our burgers are better. It sounds good to you, but the problem is it doesn't sell food to anyone else. It doesn't sound compelling to anyone else. They said, no, our pizza's better because we've got better ingredients. Now, how many of you have looked into what makes their ingredients better? You don't have time, but they've given you a reason why, because. Our pizza's better because we've got better ingredients. They got sued by Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut said, you can't say your pizza's better. Papa John's won the lawsuit because they use fresh sliced tomatoes and filtered water. I didn't say because it has to be that good, saying you should have one. They built a $3 billion a year pizza company on a simple because we do this. Now, don't tell me your bar and grill has a better burger. Tell me you've got a burger that's made of 1/3 of a pound of fresh ribeye that's grown in a farm down the street, 1/3 of a pound of something else, and 1/3 of a pound of bacon. Now I can refer your burger. Now I can tell other people they should go to your restaurant to get your burger. Not because it's better, because I know why it's better. Tell me why. 12 Restaurant in Denver, Colorado. There's a place called 12 Restaurant. Why might this restaurant be called 12 Restaurant? Why would it be called 12 Restaurant? What's that? Give me some answers. 12 Restaurant. What? It's on 12th Street. Why else? 12th attempt at opening a restaurant. Sounds about right. They always say the fastest way to get $1 million is to start with 2 million and then open a restaurant. And you'll have one. Yeah. What else? 12 different sauces? That's perfect. Or sausages even, right? What else? 12 menu items. What else? Why might it be called 12 Restaurant? All right, I'm going to tell you why it's called 12 Restaurant. It's called 12 Restaurant because they have 12 menu items. 6 small plates, 6 large plates. 6 large plates. They change their menu 12 times a year. 12 menu items, they change the menu 12 times a year. Now, what do you maybe believe about that restaurant? Just because I told you 12 menu items change their menu 12 times a year. What do you think is probably true about the restaurant? Anything? Chef-driven. You believe it's chef-driven because they're very creative, right? What else might you believe? Fresh. You believe fresh, seasonal, right? All right, so now, you might believe those things, and I didn't even say any of those things. I didn't tell you it was fresh. I didn't tell you it was seasonal. I didn't tell you it was chef-driven, but you believe it. Now, can you refer this restaurant to other people? It makes it easy to refer people. Your because makes it believable. When you say we got better pizza, when you say we got good food, it makes what you say believable. Oh, because we change our menu 12 times a year. Ooh, that sounds creative. And oh, by the way, when you change your menu 12 times a year, what happens to your customers? They come back over and over and over. It's the same strategy as trying to give them a returnable thing that makes them bring them back to the restaurant, right? And it makes it more repeatable. Can you all now repeat to someone else, make a referral. You got to go to 12 Restaurant because the last time someone referred your restaurant, do you know what they said? They said, go to XYZ Restaurant because, and then they filled in the most compelling thing they could think of to help someone want to go to your restaurant. Do you know what you wish they would say after they say the words because? Because if you don't know, neither do your frontline staff and neither do your customers. Your customers will only become your best marketing if you give them the words to say after they say, go there because. Think about that and figure out what would you say. Now, people come to me and say, Gerry, you worked at Red Robin. You worked at Quiznos. If I had a multi-million-dollar marketing budget, I bet I could get people to come into my restaurant too. There is no silver bullet for restaurant marketing. So when I was at Quiznos, now pay attention to this. When I was at Quiznos, there were 5,000 restaurants of Quiznos in North America. Today, there are 750. Now pay attention to the timeline. When I was there, there was still 5,000. I don't want you to be confused. After I left, not so good, right? No. So the person who's now the CEO, was the chief marketing officer at Quiznos, came to me and she said, Gerry, I think I figured out what we're going to do to fix the problem. I said, oh, what are you going to do? She said, I think that what's happened is people have just forgotten that we exist. We don't have the best locations, so we're going to do a $13 million ad campaign, ads on TV, to get people back into the restaurants and remind them that we're here. They spent $13 million of private equity money. Read that, other people's money. Your money, yeah, he's like, I'm not in on that one. Your Sedgel's money, yeah. No, they spent $13 million of private equity money. Before the ad campaign, sales were declining. After the ad campaign, sales were declining faster. Why does that happen? It happens because you drive people into your restaurant and remind them why they hate you, right? You've got to have your execution right before you bring the customers in the door. So the second part are the critical success factors of executing a great restaurant. Number one, food. You must have good food to have a great, successful restaurant concept. Or not. Have you guys heard of McDonald's? So wait a minute. Now, if nothing else, they're consistently mediocre, right? So there's something to be said about consistency. You don't have to have great food, but it can be a help given that that's what you're serving people. Not a requirement, but it can be very helpful. About 4 years ago, I met a couple in Phoenix. I did a restaurant presentation, and this couple comes up to me after the presentation. They came running up to me. They're, Gerry. We opened a restaurant 18 months ago, and we need your help with marketing. I said, okay, tell me more about your restaurant. You opened 18 months ago? She said, yeah. I said, why did you open a restaurant? She said, because. I said, what kind of restaurant is it? She said, it's a chicken wing restaurant. I said, okay, why did you open a chicken wing restaurant? She said, because we love chicken wings. Okay. I said, well, how much restaurant experience did you have before you opened your chicken wing restaurant? She said, well, none. I said, okay, so where did you open your restaurant? She said, well, we couldn't afford the nice location, so we found this strip center that had a lot of vacancy, and they were really desperate to get a tenant, so we put it in there. So they opened it because they're passionate about wings in a bad location with no experience. And I'm like, okay. I said, so then I have to ask the question, right? It's 18 months in. I said, how much do you think you're going to do in top line? And I said, how big is it? She said, it's about 1,800 square feet. 1,800 square feet, bad location, no experience. And I said, tell me about your chicken wings. She said, we went to the food distributor and we got the biggest, meatiest chicken wings that they had available. And I said, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, well, when we went to the distributor and said that, the distributor said, you know, those wings are really expensive. And she said, okay, that's fine, but we want to have the best product. So she's got the most expensive food costs in a bad location with no experience and blah, 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 right? So I had to ask her the question. I said, what are you going to do in top line sales this year? She looked at me and she said, well, we're on track to do about $1.3 million. All of a sudden, I became the student. I was like, wait, now you said you need my help in marketing? wait now, tell me more, hold on a second. Tell me more about this chicken wing restaurant. She said, well, it's called ATL Wings. ATL Wings. And this woman is just like the most bubbly, loving woman ever. And I said, well, tell me about the restaurant. She goes, well, we have 18 sauces, and we make all the sauces in-house. And I said, I know, you've got a secret ingredient in your sauces, don't you? She's like, what? I said, I can tell by your personality, you put more love into your sauce than anyone. She goes, have you been to our restaurant? I'm like, no, why? She goes, ATL, it stands for all the love. We put all the love into everything that we do. I said, well, God, now, are any of those sauces particularly unique or stand out, or people like, she goes, yeah, one of the sauces has put us on the map. I said, what is it? She said, it's called honey habanero sauce. I said, what percentage of your wings are honey habanero sauce? She said 60% of the wings that we sell are honey habanero sauce. People tell their friends, you got to go there for the honey habanero sauce. My question for you is, what are you known for? What proprietary thing that nobody else is doing that becomes yours? What is it that you're known for? Their wing shop went like this. It became a destination because they became known for something. They don't have a problem with Yelp reviews. Restaurant owners hate Yelp reviews. They can be your best friend or your worst enemy, and it's up to you. It's up to you. When you go to their Yelp page, now, I'll let it tell you now what's happening. Everyone talks about the honey habanero sauce because it's something that they're known for. Notice they have 4.5 stars on Yelp. Now they are about to open their 6th location. 6th location, every one of their locations has 4.5 stars on Yelp because they give more love to their customers. They give more in their sauces. They give more in their wings. They give more of themselves. And I went back, and I've been telling this story for years, so I went back to Phoenix recently and met with them. They didn't even know I was telling their story. They saw the video online. They're like, whoa, that's crazy. You've been telling our story all over the country. I said, yeah. I said, so is there anything else I should tell in the story? And Mike, the other owner, pulls out his hand. He goes, yeah, tell him this. I got the tattoo of my logoed on my arm before we opened our first store. Tell him that's commitment, right? I think I might have a picture of it here. Is this Mike's arm? Oh, proprietary. Make something proprietary. Here's Mike's arm. Here's the chicken logo on his arm. So I looked at his wife, Kiana. I look at Kiana and I go, Kiana, did you get a tattoo before you opened the first restaurant? She goes, oh no, I didn't get a tattoo before we opened the first restaurant. I said, oh. And Mike said, you know what? We're successful now. We have 6 restaurants now, and people look at me and they go, oh, you guys are so successful, blah, blah, blah. He goes, what they didn't see is Kiana and I working from open to close. Open to close every day for 3 years. And then we opened the 2nd location. And then we opened the 3rd location. I said, Kiana, you didn't get the tattoo before you opened the first store? She said, no. But I told Mike I would get the tattoo after we made our first $1 million in revenue. And I said, Kiana, you should have held out for the first $1 million in profit. And she said, oh, Gerry, I've got that tattoo too, right? So restaurants can change your life. If you give more to your customers than you get from them in dollars. Give more than you get. This Kiana and Mike, they laugh. They literally, like no joke, laugh all the way to the bank. They've got this dessert item that's little like buns that's got honey and cinnamon on them, and they make them in their fryer. And they sell for 5 of them for $3.60 or something like that. I said, Kiana, what's your food cost on that? She said 20 cents. But you can't save your way to prosperity. You've got to invest in giving more to your customers. Number 2, service. Good service makes your prices lower. Good service makes your food taste better. Good service makes your environment cleaner. Good service makes your location more convenient. How do I know? When I was the VP of marketing at Quiznos, one of the things I oversaw was research. You ever been to those restaurants where they circle the thing at the bottom and say, give us feedback? I ran that for Quiznos. We got thousands and thousands of people that gave us feedback on our restaurant. The first question I asked, I said, did the person at the cash register smile at you or not? This is a pretty simple question. Did they smile at you or not? If the answer to did they smile at you was yes, our scores for value, food taste, clean environment, and convenient location were statistically higher than if the person didn't smile. Would we all agree that smiling is a pretty low bar for service? Your service matters a lot, right? So personal interaction can be as much as 70% of why people come back to your restaurant. That personal interaction, and by the way, if you're the owner of the restaurant, let them know. That's really, really cool. I know the owner at that place. We got to go there. I know the owner down there, right? Everyone in the restaurant industry now says hiring is the biggest problem they have. It is the #1 challenge restaurant owners have. The reason that hiring is so hard is because you've got to treat hiring just like you treat getting customers in the door. Your employees are the most valuable marketing you will ever do, and you've got to create a place that they would rather work than any of their other options. You've got to market to employees just like you market to customers. And the #1 thing you should do in the hiring process is set your expectations higher. Tell them, we have got a high-performing team of people that coordinate and work with each other and work together, and we require this, and we require this, and we require this, and we love working here, and we deliver something that's unique from all the other restaurants around here. I know that so-and-so is hiring, I know that so-and-so is hiring, I can do introductions, but if you want to work here, it's a different level of environment, and that's how we operate, and you won't be successful here if you're not that kind of person. It's your job to pick out the A players and get rid of the B players and C players. If you keep a C player in your organization, what happens to your A players? They either go down or they leave, because if that's acceptable, then your restaurant isn't a good fit for me anymore because I'm not that kind of person. And if you accept that, now you're just annoying me and I don't like you, right? So raising expectations is the smartest thing you can do in the hiring process, because it takes those players and it makes them go, well, I want to be part of that high-performing kind of place because that's who I am too. Kiana from ATL Wings, I asked her, I said, Kiana, what's minimum wage law going to do to your restaurant? And she said, why would minimum wages impact my restaurant? And I looked at her, I'm like, well, because you hire all these frontline employees. And she goes, we don't believe in minimum wage work, so we don't pay minimum wages. I'm like, can I say that in my presentation? Like, it's brilliant. She has more expensive food costs, she has more expensive people costs, and she draws people into her restaurant because it's just a better value, because they give more in love. If you work at ATL Wings, how do you suppose you must be to your customers? You must be giving them love. She doesn't have a problem hiring people. Not because she pays more, but because it's a better place to work. You can't save your way to prosperity. It is impossible to do it. Quiznos tried to do it, and they went from 5,000 restaurants to 750. But you must give your people, it's your job to give your people the tools to be successful in their job. Let me give you an example. There's a place called Red Mesa Cantina in Tampa, Florida. My brother and his wife and I went there for brunch. It's a Sunday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. We walk into Red Mesa Cantina. There are beautiful tables. It's sunny Tampa, Florida. We sit down at a table. The server walks up to us and she says, hey, would you all like to start with a breakfast shot? I said, did you say breakfast shot? She said, yeah, breakfast shot. A lot of people start out with them. I'm like, really, do they? She goes, oh yeah, we've got this breakfast shot. It's Jameson Irish whiskey, butterscotch schnapps with a slice of bacon in it and a sidecar of orange juice. And you put them together and you shoot it, and it tastes like pancakes and bacon. Really? Yeah, a lot of people start with them. I said, how much is it? She said, $8. I'm like, all right, we'll have some, right? What just happened to her check? It went way up, but her tip didn't go up because her check was higher. Her tip went up because she created an amazing experience, an amazing connection. So we ordered the breakfast shot. Breakfast shot comes out. What do you suppose it tasted like? No, it tasted like Jameson and butterscotch and orange juice. But it didn't matter because it was the experience. They gave her the tools to deliver on a brand, to deliver on an experience, to create a fun, unique environment. What tools have you given your frontline people? to create something unique and memorable. You don't have a social media problem. Your problem is you don't have anything picture-worthy. You don't have anything share-worthy. You don't have anything video-worthy. Or do you? A lot of you probably, what am I going to take a picture of or a video of in your restaurant and share with people because it was so cool? They don't have a social media problem because everyone takes pictures of their breakfast shots and all the other cool stuff that they do. Environment. This is a 1 by 1 foot shot at an environment. How does that make you feel? It doesn't make you feel so good, right? Environment. But I haven't shown you the whole sign. You guys want me to show you the rest of the sign? So they printed this sign and then they said, well, I got to clarify what I mean by bathroom is for customers only. I'm going to clarify what I mean. I'm going to write it in with a marker. Who spends $6 or more. Just so you know, this is, now how do you feel, right? Now, but I haven't shown you the whole wall. Let me show you the rest of the wall. Hold on. So, the lunch special is $5.99. So if you want to use the bathroom, you darn well better buy an iced tea with lunch, right? How does that, your environment matters. So many times we walk in our restaurants in the back door in the morning, and we walk out the back door at night. Walk in your restaurant in the front door like one of your customers. Try to picture the experience, the environment, the service, the tiles, the ceiling, the music, the carpet. What does it look like? Do that to your competitors. Walk in their front door, experience their restaurant, see where else people could spend their money instead. Here's a restaurant in Tennessee. There's an Italian sit-down restaurant. When you walk in the front door of their restaurant, they have this big lit up gelato case, like you're in Italy, like on the streets of Italy. Big lit up gelato case. You walk past that, do you suppose, and they're fresh made gelato. They make fresh made gelato there. Do you suppose that at this sit down Italian restaurant, their Italian food tastes better because you walked past fresh made gelato when you walked in the door? Absolutely it does. The same reason why when someone smiles at you, the place seems cleaner, right? And do you suppose that their servers can ever get away without upselling dessert? No, the guests would be like, what? You just gave us the check. What about the gelato? We've been waiting. We got through this whole meal waiting for the gelato. Now, do you have a social media problem? No, we got this fresh flavor every week. What's the new flavor? Every time a new thing comes out, we can now have a contest. Who can make up the new craziest gelato flavor that we'll make next week? We can name it after Doug, right? He can come in his minivan with his 5 kids and pick it. No, he wanted an Explorer. What was the big thing? The Suburban. He wants no minivan for Doug. Come on. So, they don't have a social media problem. They don't have a upsell dessert problem. Your servers walk up to the table and say, did you save room for dessert? What's the answer? No. And they're like, yeah, we did. Of course we did. What is your environment going to do to help your servers and your frontline people be more successful? Pricing. We all know it's not about price. It's about value. A couple of years ago in Manhattan, the #1 trend in Manhattan in food was $1 a slice pizza. I spoke at the big International Pizza Expo. In fact, is Bruce here? The guy that hires all the speakers for the Pizza Expo is actually here today. The International Pizza Expo. And there was an executive there, and the executive said, $1 a slice pizza, you can't make a good slice of pizza for $1. I said, I didn't say it was a good slice of pizza. I said it was $1. And when you talk to consumers that eat the $1 a slice pizza, do you know what they say about it? It's not bad for $1. I don't care if you're $1 a slice pizza and you got that expectation, or if you're $5 a slice pizza and but you can't mismatch it, right? You got to have expensive wings that taste expensive. You can't give bad service and have high prices because people won't buy it. You got to give more value than they're getting, right? Location. I can't change your location, but I will tell you this: you have to understand your location. You have to understand the insights of the people in your location. You have to understand the competition in your location. Your insights about your location and how you leverage it are everything. Experience. What's the difference between experience and service? Service is that interaction with an individual. Experience is what you remember after you've walked out the door. Which is the one they leave on social media, where they leave on Yelp? The one after you walked out the door, the experience they remember after you walk out the door. Has anyone ever heard of experience? 85% of consumers say they would pay more if I could just ensure that I would have a good experience. When's the last time you had a memorable, good experience? It doesn't happen to us nearly often enough. If you can manufacture for your customers and for your servers, an interesting, unique, fun, engaging experience, you will have no problem getting customer referrals. No problem getting customers to walk in the door because they'll say, oh, you got to go there because you won't believe what they did. You won't believe the gelato. You won't believe the cupcakes, right? What is your thing? Has anyone ever heard of Lambert's Cafe? Who's heard of Lambert's? What's Lambert's known for? Throw in the rolls. He said, throw in the rolls. Okay, well, if you haven't heard of it, check this out.
The home of the throwed rolls. As I enter the restaurant, I learned that a throwed roll is pretty much what it sounds like, a roll that's thrown. Everywhere I look, they're throwing rolls. I asked the manager, what gives? Anybody else need a roll?
Mr. Norm Lambert and his family took over in 1976. They started throwing the rolls then. It was real crowded one day there, and little place they couldn't get around very good. Norm used to hand them rolls out in the baskets, and one fella said, hey, just throw me one.
The people come from all over the country to visit this place.
We're from Wadena, Saskatchewan.
They were from Michigan.
Centertown, Kentucky.
Lambert's Cafe is located in Sikeston, Missouri, population 16,000. They get bus loads of people on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday. Folks, it's throwed rolls. Like, seriously, your thing doesn't have to be throwed rolls or cupcakes, but what is your thing? It doesn't have to be honey habanero sauce, but what is your thing? If you don't have a thing that becomes repeatable and believable and unique, they've got no reason to choose you over everyone else. Your thing could be spanking. This is a place in Vegas, the Hofbrauhaus, they even got it on their coasters. I got spanked, and they already had the thing that's for the beer tasters, you know, and they're spanking them with beer. That doesn't have to be your thing either, but hey, pick something, you know, pick something. So, oh, this is cool. We're going to do a giveaway. I've got one more thing I'm going to show you to wrap up the presentation, but before we do, so people said, Gerry, I want you to work in my restaurant. I want you to work with me. I want to create the concept. I want to create the execution factors. Before I do the giveaway, let me give you one other idea. Your servers, your frontline people, your chef, your front of the house, your managers, your partners, whoever, they want to contribute to your business. They want to contribute to the world. They want to do amazing things. They want to be great at their jobs. If you want to figure out what to do that's engaging and unique and social media worthy and become known for, ask them. Have them give you ideas. Do work with them. Draw out from them what can you do. People keep saying, Gerry, come work with me in my restaurant. I can't work at everyone's restaurant. But what I've done is there's this thing called the Restaurant Formula Workbook. Here's how it was and why it was designed. It's as if I'm sitting there with you, working through one-on-one exactly what we would do if I was working with you in your restaurant. And to make it more like working with me, check this out. We've got an instructional video series for every exercise. It's me walking you through more stuff. It's partly keynote stuff and new insights about what to do through the workbook. And so the Restaurant Association said, Gerry, we really want you to work with some of our customers or some of our members. And I said, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give away this workbook, and the instructional videos normally on my website sells for $997. We're going to give one away to somebody. And in addition, we're going to give away an hour of one-on-one coaching time with me. You finish the workbook, you get the hour of coaching on the phone. We're going to give one away. It's $2,000 worth of value. Does anyone want to win? All right, very good. Does anyone have a blue ticket? All right, wait, better question. Let me ask a better question. Does anyone not have a blue ticket? Raise your hand. All right, we got a bunch of blue tickets coming around. As she's handing out the blue tickets, so someone's going to win this thing. I think it's going to be Robert. Or it's going to be my other Alfonso, or what was it? Sejal. It's going to be Set, maybe. All right, or maybe it's going to be Kim. Give her the winning ticket right here. Kim wants it. No, so here's what we're going to do. So if you don't win, people are like, what if I don't win? So the Restaurant Association is doing something actually really cool and very unique. They said, Gerry, we can't just give one away. So what we're going to do is the Restaurant Association is supplementing the costs for anyone who wants to do the program. Okay? You will get the full workbook, the instructional videos, and you will get an hour of one-on-one coaching with me when you finish the workbook. And it's not going to be $2,000. They're supplementing your costs. It's going to be $297. So if you are interested in that, come and see me at the end of the presentation. Physically come and see me. Oh, because I've got order forms and it'll get mailed to you and all that. And then I'm going to be in some room after this, room 1129, I think it is. It's like the Texas Restaurant Association like booth kind of thing. If you guys want to come talk to me, I'm going to hang out for like an hour over there. But first, if you want to participate in the program, come see me first because we're going to do all those order forms right here. So, oh wait, we got to give it away. All right, does anyone want to win this thing? Let's give it away. We got like a bucket back there. All right, here, let me grab the bucket. As soon as we get all the tickets, we'll give it away. This is so fun. I'm going to get to work with people. I love it. Are there any questions about that? All right. So if you want it, come see me right after. Is this everybody? No, that's the one you keep, right? Don't give me the one with your number on it. You'll never win. All right. Let's pick out a number. Oh, the anticipation builds. Jason, I'm looking for your ticket. All right, it's this one right here. All right. 409. Yeah, right, that's everybody. 409031. Oh, right here. Hey, so what's your name? Brian? Brian, you come see me as soon as we're done. I'm going to get your address. We're going to ship it to you. You come see me, all right? Brian, wait. Someone verify. Look at his ticket. Does he have 031? Somebody verify that. All right, fine. Brian, it's not like you look a little shady or anything. I just want to make sure. Just kidding. No. So, oh yeah, so that's the Restaurant Formula book. That's the video series, coaching, whatever. So I'm going to leave you with this. You need to answer this question for your restaurant. What do you want to become known for? Now, sometimes it's a thing that you create. You don't even know it'll be your thing. It'll be the honey habanero sauce. It'll be something else you've created. What do you want to become known for? What is your because? What's the thing that people are going to say to send them and their friends back to your restaurant again and again? I don't care if it's throwed rolls or spanking or honey habanero sauce or spicy cupcakes paired with beer and wine. But what is it? Check this out.
I wake up at 5:30, get in the shower, do my morning routine, and go around 7 o'clock to come to work. I am so excited to go to work, so I do a dance off in the parking lot. It's a dance of magic. We serve breakfast, lunch, and hugs. The hugs are the best part. I am Tim Harris, and this is my place. Oh yeah. Hey guys, welcome to my place. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Those are the best part, buddy. I love you. Have you been here before?
No, I've never been here before.
Well, I'm Tim. I'm the owner. Tim's place is the special place to be at because it's run and operated by me. You guys are doing a great job back here. I love you guys. You guys are the best cooks ever. Since I was a kid, I wanted to own a restaurant, and I asked my dad to help me out. I'm very glad I did. Thank you, Dad. I love you so much.
I love you too, buddy. I'm very proud of you. When he was about 14 years old, he told us that someday he was going to own a restaurant. After we all gulped and gasped, we began to take him seriously, and the result is history in the making.
They support me so I can live out my dreams.
I'm amazingly proud of my brother. Just what he's accomplished in his lifetime. I mean, people can only dream, you know?
I love you, Mom.
As far as we know, we have not yet found another person with Down syndrome in this country that owns their own restaurant. We hope that other people will, though.
My favorite part of all is the people coming through that front door. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Sometimes customers get sad. I give them a hug and then they feel a lot better.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
The hugs are way more important than the food. The food is food, so. How about a double hug?
Yep, double hug.
Love you guys. I am a lean, mean hugging machine. Oh yeah.
So let me get this.
So he's known for hugs. You don't have to be known for hugs or spanking or whatever, but what are you going to be? We can all learn from. I met Tim at a conference where I was the keynote speaker, he was the after dinner speaker, and I got my hug from Tim, but not before I gave a donation to his foundation to help other people start their own businesses. So a really, really good guy. But we can learn from everybody. The last thing I'll leave you with is become a student of the restaurant business. Learn from everybody. What can we learn from Tim? Give friendly service, right? Love your employees. When was the last time you went back to the kitchen and were like, you guys are the best cooks ever? His employees feel the love. Be known for something. Pick your thing, I don't care what it is, but make it something. Thank your customers. They are the reason you exist. They give you the dollars. They put your kids through college. They pay your mortgage. You don't have a right to have them. You have the opportunity to have them, and there's a million competitors out there that want them to eat at their restaurant too. And finally, be the owner. If you're the owner, that's really cool. Or if you're the manager, the assistant manager, take charge. Say, it's my job to give you an amazing experience. Let me give you an amazing experience. Tell me what I can do to be better. Be the owner, become known for it. My name is Gerry O'Brien. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Have a great day.